Hello, my name is Tamika, and today I am continuing to work on improving my knowledge of the Save the Cat beat sheet by Blake Snyder using the 2021 Netflix film Bruised, starring Halle Berry. I'm going to go over some of the beats, but not all. And I would say these beats are covered in like the first half hour of the film. But I'll just say, just in case, there may be some spoilers in this video. I don't think there will be, but just in case, I'll give you that heads up. Hopefully, you saw my previous video where I did a breakdown of Act One of another Netflix film, The Perfect Find, starring Gabrielle Union. And I like to do these because I plan on working on a screenplay idea I have next month. And I was wanting to use the Save the Cat beat sheet to outline that idea. So I'm trying to prepare for that next month. And as far as the film Bruised, I saw this back when it was first released years ago on Netflix, and I really enjoyed this film. I think Halle Berry did a superb job, especially because she also directed this film. And I believe she is one of the producers of this film. Now, I did listen years ago when the film first was released. I listened to an interview she gave Mark Maron on his podcast, WTF, where she was talking about the work she did with the writers to develop this main character. And it sounds like from the way she told the story, the character's age was a little bit older originally. And then Halle Berry offered her female perspective and said, I think this character should be in her 30s because it would make more sense given that she abandoned her child. And obviously, women over 40 don't tend to do that. So that would be kind of odd. So, she was talking about the changes she made and the writers made to the character and the work she did as an actress to develop this character. And I always find interviews that actors give equally beneficial and helpful as reading a craft book or listening to a professor's lecture or however you get your education about character development. Actors have something to say and they know what they're talking about too. So you should listen to those interviews. Okay. People don't talk about that a lot, but I think actors, they give a lot of insight that can be helpful for writers. Now, I got to give you a log line, okay? And this is more for, again, me working on my craft. And the log line I have for Bruised is this. Now, I don't think this one is so bad. I mean, with practice makes perfect, or at least improved. But usually my log lines, they can be a little wordy. I think this one is decent, right? It's decent. Let me know. Anyway, I don't remember the setting of this film, but it's in some American inner city. I can't remember which one. So that brings us to the setup. Now, Jackie Justice is living in a crappy one-bedroom apartment with her boyfriend slash manager, even though she's not fighting at this time, but he's still acting as her manager and trying to convince her to get back into the ring. But she gives him an emphatic no, and they are at each other's throats because they've been reduced to this lifestyle that he didn't sign up for. He likes the professional fighter lifestyle, okay? And he's ready to return to that, okay? So he's pressuring her to get back in the ring. Everybody has a loss, and what's the big deal? Okay, it's time to get back to it, okay? But she doesn't want to hear it, and she emotionally and physically is not ready to return to fighting. We see her sometimes hiding out in her kitchen just getting a taste of some alcohol through a spray bottle. Okay, so when I say she's living the rock bottom life, I mean it's rock bottom. She's down there with the pipes, literally. Okay, so she is not, so far, she hasn't been persuaded. Okay, and that brings us to the next beat, which is the catalyst. And this is what I have for the catalyst. Now, Jackie and her mom, they have an interesting relationship. Okay, you find out later in the film why that tension is there and why that lack of respect is there. But when Jackie's mom shows up with her son, she makes it very clear that, hey, this is your responsibility. I'm not going to be a full time mom to your son, okay? And she's like, I got my business that I'm running in my home and I got health issues. But even if she didn't have all of that, it's like she really doesn't need to, she doesn't need to give her daughter a reason why she's not going to take care of her grandson full time, because it's like, that's your child, okay? So, but she gives her a reason nonetheless. I mean, she's quite nice. So, Jackie, she has to become a full time mom to her son. And again, this is another issue that puts her at odds with her boyfriend, okay? Because he, again, didn't sign up to play stepdad to somebody else's son. He's not having it. He's not really liking this situation. And he makes it overtly clear that he doesn't want the child there. Yeah, it doesn't mitigate the current issues they have. Which, Jackie has demons that she is suppressing with alcohol and cigarettes and whatever else she got going on. But, she's basically unmotivated to fight at this point. When her boyfriend takes her to this underground fighting event, it's meant to entice her, I guess, to just let her get a sample of it, so that maybe he can lure her back into the ring. And so, she goes to the event. She even fights one of the fighters, and it doesn't go bad. So, it's like, okay, maybe she might consider it. That's what the boyfriend is thinking. And so then they're getting in the car about to head home when Jackie is approached by this guy who offers her some motivation, okay? He says there is a title match with $10,000 up for grabs for the winner. But of course, Jackie, again, she hasn't been fighting for quite some time, so she is physically not ready, but also mentally and emotionally, she's not there as well. So she's got a lot of work to do. And you get the sense from this guy that he's trying to push her boyfriend out of the situation. Like he's trying to become her manager and, move this dude on out of that role. But, they exchange cards anyway, and the guy tells her about his trainer who, in his eyes, pretty great and can whip her into shape and prepare her for the title match. So they head off, and she's thinking about it. She's thinking, and now she has motivation because she has her son Manny, who's 6 years old and has special needs, and obviously cleaning houses ain't gonna cut it. Okay, she can make more money if she returned to the ring and provide a better life for her son. So now she has that motivation, which brings us to the next. And Blake Snyder says that this beat usually happens in the form of a question. So this is what I have for the debate beat. Now, obviously, Jackie would earn more money returning to professional fighting, but as we see, up until this point, she is not ready, nor has she been motivated to return. With her son now back in her life, and her son is mute from the situation with his father being killed. So, he's got a lot of challenges that he's got to overcome. But again, all of that, it's going to take, some fat pockets to take care of those things. So, yeah, she's got some things to consider. She now has to factor in her 6-year-old son when she's making decisions like this one. And I'm going to leave it there because, as I said, I don't want to go over the entire beat sheet in case you want to watch the film and you haven't seen it yet. So there you have it. I'm just going to do those three. Let me know what you think about it. And if you haven't seen Bruised, I would recommend that film, but it does have a running time of over 2 hours. So you want to clear your schedule if you're going to watch that film. Be on Do Not Disturb for everything, okay? It's quite long, okay? I think it's a bit shorter, but they took Netflix and chill to a whole nother level. We're just gonna do Netflix and chill with one movie, okay? Anyway, I think Halle Berry did a great job for her directorial debut, and The relationships between Jackie and her son, seeing that one develop, because when he first enters re-enters her life, he's not speaking. And so to watch the progression of him, and him getting comfortable with his environment and his mom, that was a beautiful thing to see. But then the relationship with Jackie and her mom, I mean, I could see from the beginning there was some tension. And of course, they didn't give you the answers all up front, they sprinkled them throughout the film, but that reveal was explosive. I was not expecting that. But you could just see the anger brewing within her, but you just didn't have the reason. Like, what's going on there? So to see that situation and how it implodes, it was shocking. It was shocking. Okay? It was shocking. Anyway, I am going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a like and subscribe. I release writing related videos every week, usually on Saturdays. And let me know what you think of the film Bruised. Are you planning on watching it? Now, the MMA fighting scenes, they were pretty violent. I'm not into that. I'm a very sensitive kind of girl, so I hate watching that stuff. I kind of got to look away. But just know they are explicit and realistic. So, if you're considering watching it, just be prepared, okay? And that's going to do it for me. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.